Hi, my name's Alice, Wonderland Farm. Not a farm yet, but I'm hoping so. And I've been building my own tiny house from shell that I purchased 6 months ago. I'm doing this video because when I was thinking about going tiny, I searched ADHD and tiny. Can that work? I don't know. Found a couple of videos. They're alright. But in the end, I just did it anyway because kind of didn't have a choice financially. But here I am. And something happened yesterday where I was like, actually, tiny and ADHD works really well. So I'm going to try and do this logically, but I might go on tangents. Why did I go tiny? Because I want to establish my farm, and it's how I could afford to house myself with the money that I had to establish my farm. Hopefully one day I build a real house. But honestly, that real house ain't going to be much bigger. I might have a bathroom big enough to have a nice big bath and a bit more like a utility mud room where I can grow plants and wash eggs. So it'll kind of be country house. Sorry, a moment. My dog wants to go outside. There you go, Wally. Oh, and the other dog. There you go. Ugh. Okay, I'm back. Do you see my mess? I don't know where I was at. But anyway, why does tiny work for ADHD? Well, I've been able to build this place in a way that works for me, which is great. And it's been at a scale that feels doable, which is one of the key things, I think, getting things done with ADHD is it's got to feel doable. And I've been able to, I really think about how I flow through my day and how I want the space to work for myself and for when I have guests. And I've been able to achieve that with my layout. My tiny house is 3.6 meters wide by 8 meters. It's on a skid foundation, which has allowed that extra, so it's 3.5. So I'm in Australia. Up to 3.6, you don't need a pilot when transporting a wide load. This is just a wide load. I didn't foresee really moving it from this site, maybe on the site down the track. So skid works for me, and it's more affordable than wheels. And I love the extra width. Like, it's a whole 1.2 meters, but it is. So how I flow from my day? Well, the kitchen is kind of the central point. Coffee, meds, meals, all of that stuff. So I've got my bedroom at one end, lounge in the other, kitchen in the middle. My bedroom is just wide enough to fit a queen bed. And then that remaining width, I've used the bathroom. I'll do a bit of a tour. My bedroom, so one of the things that affects a lot of people with ADHD is what's called a delayed melatonin response. I'm not a doctor. This is just stuff I've rabbit hole researched, which basically means that melatonin that sends our brains to sleep every night is delayed, which is why a lot of us are night owls. I really wanted to get into better sleeping patterns and support that melatonin response. So I put my bedroom east. Yeah, east. Anyone else be like, never eat soggy Weet-Bix to remember all of those? Which is sunrise. And I've got a big window and it's beautiful. And at night I can see the stars and it's really soothing for me to go to sleep. I look up and I can just... It helps regulate me, which is an unexpected side effect. But the good one is that actually sunrise wakes me. So now I'm in a really annoyingly good sleeping habit where I'm awake at about 6 a.m. every day. And sometimes I want to sleep later and I can't. And I'm going to bed about 9 and I'm pretty asleep. So I've kind of put myself into that. And then very purposely, the lounge is west. It's the cozy evening space. It's in a corner. I will have shelving. It's very... shut myself off from everything from the day, including the mess in the kitchen. My kitchen, I've also purposely not tidied my house for this video, FYI. I've a lot of bench space. And I've done that because I'm never going to be the kind of cook that doesn't get shit everywhere. So having the big bench space allows me to get shit everywhere as I cook. And that was really important to me. So like, I admire anyone that can cook in little space. It's just not me. Also where I'm sitting is a big island bench. I've got this beautiful view. And I've put the sink on the island. Because I figured that if I've got friends over, when you're cooking, you're moving about. But when you're doing the dishes, you're stuck there. And I've hosted some big groups before, and it works really well because I live by myself. It's just me. It's hosting by myself. I can be stuck at the sink, but I'm still social. I also put this door at the end, and I often have a marquee there. And I can come in and out. The door's open. It's all very easy to host, which is nice. My last place was really difficult, and I hated doing it, which sucked because I love showing off my space. And then I also love that they go home at the end of it and I don't have a guest room. Very close friends are happy to sleep on my couch. But one day soon I will get a glamping tent to accommodate guests. Why else does tiny work? Oh, so I have my wardrobe just there and my bed and my kitchen just there. And the other day I turned the tap on. And then I got distracted and I went to my sock drawer and I was like, shit, the water's running. And it was 2 steps to turn it off. And also I didn't stop hearing it. So I'm not leaving taps running. It's all very easy. It's all close together. It's all less executive function to do a task. And it's not out of sight, out of mind. Like a lot of people with ADHD, I have a lot of hobbies. That was one of the things I was worried about. One of my hobbies is weaving, which I can do at this table. Setting it up takes up the whole space, but that's good. I can do smaller scale stuff, and hopefully in the future I'll have a bit of a studio where I can be bigger. But I'm really mindful that if my studio is not in my space, I just don't go there. Like, why would I go there? My dog's and warm is here, and over there is like many steps. So that is probably the only kind of downside. And again, if I build a bit bigger, I'll probably have in the house a big space where I can do that. Big table, just a big table and all of the storage. Impulse buying. It's the thing we all do. There's nothing like starting a farm or building a house to excuse impulse buying all of the time, which is great because it's legit. But also I have limited storage here. A motto that's helped me is don't build more storage, have less stuff. I have stuff. I like my stuff. I have the amount of stuff that I need to be functional. That includes a toothbrush in the bathroom and in the kitchen, so I don't spend much time in the bathroom. It includes way too many socks and undies because I probably should do my washing more often. But there is a limit to how much I can store, and I think sometimes this space feels really open, but it is cozy, and there is big windows going out to nature, so I can pick and choose when I expand my senses, I guess. And it's quite, I don't know what to do in big spaces. Big spaces are really big and you want to fill them with stuff, whereas here, yeah, it feels like just right. This shower I actually got from a mate. Someone had changed their minds. He needed money. I needed somewhere cheap. So I got this quite cheap, and it was what it was. So I've added windows and stuff. And I think if I was doing it from scratch, I probably would have gone for 9 or 10 meters. But I've made this space work. And again, that creativity and limitation is awesome. What else supports? I think they're the main things, really. Everything's really accessible. It's like, you know, that kitchen concept of you want everything to be within 2-step triangle. It's like that, but for your entire house. It's awesome. That's my dog Wally bursting through the dog door. He doesn't do it quiet. It's always as fast as he can. I love Wally. And I love Stella. there he goes. Downsides, I've had to put my washing machine outside, which also isn't a downside because I can't hear it and it doesn't rattle the house, which is nice. And it's a smart washer, so it alerts me. I'm off-grid here, so being more mindful of... I don't have bins because technically I shouldn't be living here. So I'm being more mindful about my waste, which is really good. I don't have running hot water, and I've built a bit of a routine around doing my dishes every day. I love my dishwasher. I built this kitchen to accommodate a dishwasher in the future. But weirdly, I mean, I'm working part-time and my boss is really flexible. So, like, I should be leaving the house now, but I'm still here. He's aware of what's going on. And in all that time I have to wait for water to boiling, I'm kind of tidying my kitchen. So I've been able to build these really nice routines, and except for a few days here and there, the last 7 months I've pretty much done my dishes every day. What? Yeah, I think actually for me, a small space built to how I operate to reduce barriers is more of a life change than having a bigger house that doesn't work for me. Like, yeah. And all that executive function that frees up, I can put towards staying on the couch all day, watching shitty television, cuddling with my dogs. No, I do get things done most days. Yeah. Oh, whatever space I'm in, I can see my clocks. I have so many clocks. It's awesome. Time blindness. Yeah, I think I've hit the rambling part of this video, but thank you for watching, and I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, ask. My philosophy around ADHD is strength-led. What are my strengths? What are my values? Living up to those. Working on my weaknesses, obviously, but I believe in different neurotypes. I know having ADHD can be a struggle, but also neurotypical people have their own struggles. I just think society's built a bit around their strengths, and so their weaknesses are normalized and not big issues, whereas our weaknesses are different. It's in the boring admin and paying bills on time and getting to work on time and hustling in this world where we flow, man. And yeah, there are strengths in all of our deficiencies, and so in those different neurotypes, I think for a good society, by leaning into the strengths of everyone, that's when things work. They don't work if you're just looking at one type of person and saying that's it, and you're a failure if you're not that it. So yeah, they're my two big things around ADHD. We flow. Sometimes I flow to the couch, but if I lean into that, I flow off the couch when I'm ready. If I sit there shaming myself and beating up on myself because I'm sitting on the couch and I have a list of things to do, then I'm not getting what I need from that, and I sit on the couch longer. When I'm ready, I will do the things. I'm also on meds, which really supports, I call it the air gap between what you want to do and not being able to do it. It really helps kind of get me through those couch potato days when I really would actually be rather doing things. Obviously, I have a long list of things to do and a long list of things that haven't been finished. As you can tell, my ceiling is one of them. And I will... Do you want to see how I manage that? Look, if you're still watching at this point, I'm going to go with yes, but feel free to be like, I'm sick of your face. Small houses do get messy. I'm also building, so there's tools and boxes and shit everywhere. Right, I can't turn this camera around while I'm in video, so we're just going to do this really awkwardly. This is my to-do list. It's categories: build, bathroom, kitchen, water, garden, solar, and the jobs to finish. And then on this board, I have pulled the priorities for right now, and I've broken up the tasks a little bit. This is a list of things I need to buy. These are wee jobs. You know when you feel like you can't start a new job because you don't have enough time or it's too big or whatever, but you do have a little bit of time and you want to get things done? I always kind of have this list of little jobs that I can get done 10 minutes, half an hour quickly without huge thing, and that kind of helps keep things rolling as well. And then a few kind of projects on the go. So at the moment, my projects are working on the bathroom, developing my garden, and I'm still kind of doing little bits, finishes inside. Yeah, obviously this is not my entire to-do list, and I've got a wee little post-it in the future. What I love about this one is that I can, when I'm done a job, crumple it up or put it in a book of done. I've really found that useful when I was finishing my renovation, and because all of my pages moved to the done piles, and it felt really good. It's sometimes hard because as one job finishes, you find more jobs and it just feels like it will never end. But that's where I find this pulling the priorities out, and I can really just look at this one thing. And probably about 10 years ago now, I drew this little picture. This is what I wanted from my life. These are my values and what I want my life to look like. So I have a companion. This is before I knew I wanted the type of dogs, FYI. Music, I did some more live music band stuff. I wanted a place to have breakfast in the sun, because it's one of my favourite things to do. I wanted a window overlooking a garden in my kitchen, a workshop compost garden, and I have, look at this little one, look. Oh, hello Stella. Yes, hello. Yes. There's my companion. Look, I drew her. Exactly like that. How wild is that? Oh, and then she got a friend. He's Wally. Yes. Yes. And I have my kitchen window. One day it'll look out over a garden, and I've got compost, and I'm living to my values of sustainability, having a positive impact on the environment and reducing my negative impact. I've given myself a life with minimal expenses, so I've got more time for people I care about and investing in people. I think that's really important. That one's a bit hard because a lot of my friends are still having to hustle, and sometimes I need to recognize that I may have time for them, but it doesn't mean they have time for me, and it's not because they don't love me. Thank you, RSD. Yeah. I don't know what else to say, except good luck, and I recommend tiny. Obviously, everyone's different, and it may not work for you, and you may need more, and you may need different, and you may not be able to do what I'm doing. But yeah, I hope that helped your decision.